about this. I know you guys have had a lot of this and been aware of a lot of this. This sounds like a very major case for you guys here in Madison County with a couple individuals. One was in court today that did some pretty horrible things.
Yeah, Investigator McDonald, as you heard, has done a thorough investigation in this case. He has been working this case constantly since it happened, and you heard kind of the fruits of his labor. It is a big case. It's far-reaching. It stretches over to obviously Marshall County, so it's something that he's been working on, and it's a lot to it.
The question that I have is about the South Huntsville YMCA. We heard a little bit of testimony about there was Mr. Barrow was in there with a white female that was not Kristian Griffin today. And he or she, that white female, was almost trying to sound like solicit some of the Grissom High School girls swim team to become models. Is that a good way of describing that right now?
It is, and that investigation has taken place. We've identified all the parties involved as far as the ones we have on video, as far as David Barrow and the female subject they were talking about. We are waiting to interview her, but that's in the works.
Can we expect more charges to come out from that individual, or is it just too early to tell?
It's really too early to tell. As you can see, this has been a major investigation, and it is ongoing. Every time you uncover something else, it leads to 3 or 4 other things. So there's no way to tell if there's something else coming, but it's been a very involved investigation.
And I guess along those lines, should we be concerned that Barrow was trying to allegedly solicit any other high school students in our area? Are you guys aware of any other high schools that he may have?
I'm not aware of any high school solicitation, any other activity in our area other than what was discussed in the preliminary hearing.
And the other thing is it your understanding he was partnering with strippers in the area to try to do some of this solicitation?
That is what the investigation, that's what they just testified to, and I believe that to be true.
Okay. Anything else that you want to add about this with Kristian Griffin today? I know she didn't have a lot to say in court. Her attorney obviously did all the talking, but you guys kind of laid out your case there. Do you feel like you have a solid case against her?
I do. I feel like the case is solid, and we'll just go forward with it. It'll move through the system, but I do feel like it's a good case.
And final question, Mr. Tootin brought up the human trafficking charge, said he believes it's his understanding this is one of the first, if not the first times a district attorney has brought that kind of charge against somebody in this, I guess, under these circumstances. Maybe you can explain why that human trafficking charge was brought.
I believe just in general, human trafficking is fairly a new law, and it takes a while to get an understanding of what the law is. We do believe this fits perfectly, and that's why it was charged that way. But he's probably right that because the law is fairly new and it just takes a while to catch up. When the new laws come out, it takes a while to catch up to them, but that's why we felt it was appropriate in this case.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add?
That's about all I got. We're just moving forward, and we'll go where the evidence leads us.
Are you still identifying victims here in our area? Is that still? I know that Steve Marshall told me that they're still looking at getting a lot of that information back. How much of the evidence have you guys even been able to look at on those computers?
It's
small percentage.
Small percentage. That's a good way to put it.
Perfect.
Going back to the situation with the Grissom High swim team, I assume y'all have been in communication with people at Grissom High, or those people have been alerted that this may have taken place?
No, because the YMCA caught it and booted them out, and so we are confident that nothing happened at the YMCA.
Right.
So it was one of those things that was investigated at the time. Investigator McDonald actually investigated the case at the time before he was an investigator, so he was familiar with it when this came through. So nothing actually happened. Thank goodness, and that was due to the YMCA's vigilance, and they've been extremely helpful and cooperative.
Right. I guess I'm just thinking about from a parent's point of view, if my daughter was, on a swim team and then
if something had happened, absolutely, but nothing happened, and we're confident that nothing happened. So that
nothing
no need,
beyond
there's no need to alert people of something that may have happened. Nothing happened, so we didn't go forward with
it. Just so I'm perfectly clear on what we're talking about, there was a female who did apparently approach members of the swim team and just spoke to them.
That is correct.
Okay, but beyond that, there's no evidence of anything happened.
That's correct.